Hi, I'm Jim Brickell from Ed Learn Ford Lincoln in St. Catharines, Ontario, and this is the 2019 Lincoln Nautilus. I wanted to show you a few great things about the back end of this vehicle. So, right here it does have a rear view camera. Underneath the second L in Lincoln is one of the spots you can open up the rear liftgate. As you open it, you'll notice it has instructions that you can kick underneath it to open or close. Gives a little bit of a warning, and it starts going back down. So you can also kick underneath it to open. Or it can be done off the key fob, hitting that button twice. Now, if you need to change the height that it opens, you're going to press here, pull it down to the appropriate height that you want, wait for that long tone, and the next time it opens, it will just be to that height. And if you want to put it back up to a higher level again, repeat the process. There's the long tone, it'll go to the top. Inside the vehicle, this one has the cargo mat. Underneath the mat, your spare tire, storage pockets, and a funnel. In the event you run out of gas, a jerry can will not be able to fill your vehicle. You need the funnel. On the left-hand side, we have buttons over here to fold down the back seats. You have to manually put them back up again. So now, we close it, come around on the driver's side. It's our easy fuel system. Push it in, pull it out. There is not supposed to be a gas cap. Save yourself seconds upon seconds every fill up. And there is the part needing the funnel and how the jerry can won't work. Back seats, fold them back up, and if you want the headrest down, you would push that button and fold it down. Rear seats do have the heated rear seats. The control is right there in the center, so push the red buttons to turn on the rear heated seats. The vehicle comes with a keyless entry system, so if you forgot your keys, you'll be able to type in your secret code. When you do have the fob in your pocket, it has intelligent access. Grab the inside part of the door handle, it'll open, and these three little notches here, if you put them, it locks and have the mirrors automatically fold in. Inside the driver's seat, where you'll be sitting, you can adjust the chair, the base of the chair, the recline of the chair, and a lumbar support. The steering wheel can move up and down at the touch of a button. It's also telescoping, so it can move in and out. Now when we get in the vehicle, we can adjust our mirrors. We have the power windows. And after we've adjusted the mirrors, we've adjusted the steering wheel, we've adjusted the seat, we go over to the door and buttons 1, 2, 3. Push and hold, and that'll lock in the position that you've set. So there's 3 different setting positions. If you're the only driver, you've got me, myself, and I. Or you, your partner, your kid, whatever the 3 people are. It's up to you. Down here we have our fog lamps. We have our headlamps. I've got it in the automatic position. We've got plus and minus for the panel dim switch. And we have an inside release for your power tailgate and TCS off. That's traction control system. You can turn that off in the event you're kind of in snow and trying to rock yourself out of it. This vehicle does have a push button start, so foot on the brake, hit the green button, brings everything to life. So now we can see we've got a full tank of gas. We've got it 0 kilometers an hour, which is a good thing because we're not supposed to be moving right now. And on the left side of the steering wheel, you can control the volume of the stereo. You can control your seat to the next presets. We then have our cruise control, so turn it on or off. We have adaptive cruise control, where you just set the speed, and we also, adaptive, where you set the speed and the distance to stay behind the vehicle in front of you, or you can do regular, where you're just setting the speed. So in adaptive cruise control, this button here will control the distance that you're staying behind the vehicle in front of you. So when we turn on the cruise control, the display up here shows a variety of lines, and as you change, that's how many car lengths you're staying behind the vehicle in front of you. The steering wheel in the center is part of the lane keeping system, which you can turn on or off. So that's for highway use when you're using adaptive cruise control. Turn off the cruise control and those displays go away. On the right hand side of the steering wheel, we've got a lot more controls for you. So this one here brings up our settings. First one, drive control. Now also on the right, up here we have an up and down and an OK switch. So I'm going to hit the OK. That brings up handling in D, or handling in drive. I hit OK. We've got a choice of comfort, normal, and sport. Comfort will use the least amount of gas. Sport will change the settings. You'll accelerate a little faster. You might use a little bit more gas, but it could be a more exciting drive. Next one is handling in S, or handling in sport. Seeing as you're going to the sport mode, you might as well set it up in sport handling. And performance in S, once again, I've got it set for sport handling. So I'm going to go back. Down one is driver assistance. We hit OK. You can turn these safety features on or off. So blind spot, when someone's coming up in your blind spot on the highway or in town, it'll light up yellow in your outside mirrors. Cross traffic alert, when you're backing out of a parking spot, maybe you can't see because there's trucks in the way. The car itself will look sideways and let you know if a vehicle is approaching from either side. Cruise control, that's where you choose whether you're going to use adaptive or normal. Driver alert, if the vehicle thinks you're not paying attention, it can display a coffee cup to let you know you're not paying attention, and maybe it's time to pull over, get some coffee, and get back to paying attention. Our lane keeping system has the mode, which gives you choices of an alert, which is a vibration in the steering wheel if you're crossing the line without signaling, an aid, whereby it'll help steer you back into the lane, or you can use both. Then you have a choice of alert intensity, high, normal, and low. Sensitivity, normal, or increased. So all of these you can choose yourself. Now we scroll on down, we have pre-collision, alert sensitivity, distance indication, active braking, and evasive steering. Active braking. So the vehicle can stop itself in certain situations and hopefully help prevent you from getting in a collision. Now, you might be going into the United States, so you might want to switch your speedometer to miles per hour. Do that. It's now highlighted miles per hour. The kilometers are still showing, but not as prominent. Hit the OK, and you're back to kilometers. Under the vehicle, we have a choice of lighting. This vehicle has auto high beams. Driving at night, the automatic high beams can come on for fantastic visibility, but when it sees another car approaching, it will dim them back to normal. Auto lamp delay. So we've got the lights on automatic. They go on when it gets dark. How long do you want them to stay on after you shut off the vehicle? You've got a choice of immediately or off, 10 seconds, 20, or 120. Welcome lighting. So you can turn that on or off. As you approach the vehicle and the vehicle detects the fob, certain lights on the outside will light up to welcome you to your vehicle. You can check your oil life, your wipers, the alarm system. Go back and we have My Key. You can set up a key for a beginner driver. Limit the top end speed, limit the stereo volume. And most things don't work until the driver's seatbelt is at least buckled. So you've got plenty of choices there. The next one is display. So when we hit that display, you can change the gauges. Do we want the speedometer only? Do we want a speedometer and eco coach, or do we want speedometer and tachometer? The choice is yours. Info, trip, and fuel. No content. Trip 1, Trip 2, fuel economy, and eco behavior. You're going to choose which screens you want available to you. So I go down and I say, well, I don't need Trip 2. I'm not worried about my eco behavior, so I'll turn those off. And then display setup. So distance. Do you like it in miles and gallons? Do you like kilometers and liters per 100 kilometers? Do you like kilometers and kilometers per liter? Temperature. Would you like Fahrenheit or Celsius? Tire pressure. I like pounds per square inch. How about language? You've got a choice of English, Spanish, and French. I've been speaking in English, so I think I'll leave it right there. And so now your display setup is chosen. You'll notice there was a couple of lights there which give you indication that there's a few choices. So when you go back to this one here, on the basic display, as you go through it, there's your tire pressure, there's your fuel economy, Trip 1, and that one was the minimal display, or kind of a calm screen. We also have our phone buttons on there. We have the stereo on there, and we have navigation. So when we push this one, My Home, previous destinations, favorites, POI, points of interest, nearby. So you can set those things yourself. Now, we come across to the big screen in the center. We've got our shifter. It's a push button. Park, reverse, neutral, drive, and your sport mode. In sport mode, the vehicle does have paddle shifters, plus and minus, so you can shift like a manual transmission without a clutch. The stock control to the right-hand side of the steering column gives you wipers for the front and rear of the vehicle. Now we'll get to our center screen. So we've got the house there, which means home screen. You see a map as to where we are. The audio is off, where to connect a device, and where to turn on your heated steering wheel. You can see that it's 20 degrees is set for the inside of the vehicle. The outside display shows 17 degrees. It's 4:26 in the afternoon. And we've got our audio, our climate, phone, navigation, apps, and settings. So if you tap on the map fills up the entire screen. Tap on destination. You can search an address. You can go previous destination, set up your home, set up your work, your favorites. If you just want to look for some food or fuel, those are already in there. These can be typed in when you're in park, and when you're in actually driving down the highway, you're going to use your voice control. Voice control is on the steering wheel. The button that looks like a talking head, you would push that and then say your command. After that, we have our audio. So you've got your sources, AM, FM, Sirius satellite radio, CD, and Bluetooth streaming. Climate controls. Each side can have their own temperature, where you want the air flowing, and this fan speed. Phone, you can add a phone. Hit add phone, take your phone out, go to your settings, your Bluetooth, follow the instructions on the screen. Navigation is the other way to bring up the map. App. add a device, find mobile apps, sync travel link, and then we have our settings. Now under settings, you've got your clock, you've got Bluetooth, you've got phone, navigation. So in this case, navigation is your map preferences. Do you want a 3D city model? Would you like to leave breadcrumbs behind of all the places that you've been? POI icons to show on your map, and incident icons. Route preferences. So right now I've got it set for the fastest route possible. I always use the fastest route. Don't use HOV lanes, but if you're going to, then you turn that on. Automatically find parking. And there's also some things you can use for avoiding. Do you want to avoid the freeway? Do you want to avoid toll roads? Do you want to avoid ferries and car trains? So it's all a matter of your preferences there and your navigation guidance prompts. Would you like voice and tone? Voice only? Tones only? Lincoln Connect, you can set the vehicle up as a vehicle hotspot. General, this is another place where you can set your English, Spanish, French, your kilometers or miles, your Celsius, your Fahrenheit. Scroll across, 911 assist in the event you've got a paired phone. If you're in a collision, the driver airbag inflates, your paired phone will automatically call 911. Automatic updates. You can connect to your home Wi-Fi and turn on automatic system updates. When connected, turn on your automatic system updates to receive the latest available in-vehicle software features, enhancements, and security updates. So system is on. System Wi-Fi, that's where you connect to your home Wi-Fi. View current software version, scan for updates now. Ambient lighting. When it gets dark at night, the footwells and cup holders will light up in the color of your choice. Right now it's white, but maybe you're in a teal mood. Maybe you're in a blue mood. Who knows? Maybe you like lilac. The choice is up to you. So personalizing the vehicle how you want it. Speaking of personalizing, we do have personal profiles. So if there's going to be more than one driver in the vehicle, you can each set up your own personal profile. You can lock in your seating positions, your steering wheel positions, your outside mirrors. You can even change the presets on the stereo from the other drivers, so it can be customized to you. Hit the home and we're back where we began. These buttons over here, this one here, the A with the little line around it. Auto stop start deactivated by the switch. So when you come to a stop, the engine will not be shutting off. This feature will reset back to the on position each time you restart the vehicle. So if you don't like it, you must turn it off each and every time. Next one, P with the steering wheel, is automatic parking. If you parallel parked, it can parallel park out. You can parallel park with the vehicle automatically, and you can also perpendicular park. You set that you want it to go, turn the turn signal to the side you want to be parking, follow the instructions on the screen. It will take care of the steering. So it'll steer you into the parking spot. You're controlling the speed of the vehicle. You're controlling which gear it's in. When it tells you to stop, be sure to stop the vehicle. Next one down is our cameras. This has the 360-degree view. There's what's in front of me. Here's what's around me. Absolutely nothing. You can change the displays by hitting the camera button again. This button here with the P is turning off your reverse park sensors. So if you were towing a trailer, you don't want those in the on position. Next one is your four-way flashers. Turn that off. This was one of the last years they still had a CD player. Down below, we have our climate controls, temperature for the driver, temperature for the passenger, your fan speed, where the air is flowing, and we have cooling seats, heated seats, and dual zone temperature control. This particular vehicle does have the moonroof, so the controls are above you in the center. Here we can open and close the moonroof. Here we can open and close the shade. Your glove box is open with a button, and we also have a feature here called auto hold. That's referring to your brakes. If you hit auto hold, the brakes will stay on until you hit the accelerator pedal. So this has been an overview of your 2019 Lincoln Nautilus. We hope you enjoy your vehicle. If you have any questions, any concerns, call me, Jim Brickell, at Ed Learn Ford Lincoln. Enjoy your vehicle.